Hi, guys. We just wanted to send a quick update and message thanking you all for all the outreach. Everyone who's written in wondering if we're okay. We are safe. Our families are safe. Obviously, this is a tremendously tragic event that's happened in Los Angeles, and we are doing what we can to give back to our community and to hold space for anyone suffering. And we just wanted to let you know that all of these recordings were done before the fires. And we will be resuming really soon. And in the meantime, sending you all of our love and gratitude.
Sometimes when the world feels insane, you can take a little peek inside of Rachel's little brain. All these thoughts are swirling round and round inside. So join us on this journey as we take a little ride. We'll talk about dogs and kids and things. We'll talk about chicks and tampon strings. We'll talk about boys that'll make you cry. We'll talk about death, 'cause people die.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you.
You too.
Happy Tuesday.
It's Tuesday?
Is it?
Are you in the middle of filming or are you not?
No, I'm not. I'm not in the middle of filming. I don't start until next year. We're about to drop the 6th season on Thursday.
Oh, how exciting. 6? Wow.
Yeah. So it's like I'm in the middle of doing press for that, which is bananas. I'm sure you know all about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A little. But what was I just going to ask? Oh, where do you shoot it? Is it Vancouver?
Vancouver. Yeah. Have
Oh,
you
it
been
is?
there?
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I didn't appreciate it in the first season because we started in the middle of December in the dead of winter, and I was like, get me the hell out of here. But now it's stunning.
Nice.
It's a
Yes.
really great place to film.
It's so fun. It's funny because a lot of people, like I was on this show called Heart of Dixie, and they, like I hear all the time, they're like, Virgin River was like our new Heart of Dixie. We love it so much. I mean, obviously so many people love it. But it was just funny.
Well,
like
Tim was on your show.
I know, Tim Matheson.
And was
Yes.
it not like almost the same idea? Weren't you a doctor that came to it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't see it, but you were like, yeah.
Yeah.
You were a
Yes.
doctor that comes to a small town and
Yep. Yes. So I think there was like what am I looking, like a parallel.
yes.
She's
Yeah.
like, so I think it's the same show.
So I think it's just
so
Heart of Dixie
different,
with
though.
a different name. It's the same.
Same show.
It's very different, though.
And that was on, and how many seasons did you do of that?
It's a great question.
3, maybe?
4.
4?
4? I got pregnant and then it stopped.
Okay.
That sounds weird.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
different. Well, they were like, well, we
Yeah.
can't do this anymore.
Never mind.
But you were on like network TV, so you're doing
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah. Oh yeah.
many
like
more episodes per
20
season.
some.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. Because streaming, you're like what, 10? What are you at?
We're at 10 now. We did
Wow.
a couple seasons of 12, but that's the difference, I think, when everybody thinks of these long running series that are on streaming, you're just like, wow, how many seasons? But for actors that have worked in network, it seems like such a big thing, but actually it's not, because it's way less. It's way
Right.
fewer episodes,
Right.
which is kind
well,
of great. But there's no syndication and residuals.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Oh,
Oh, well, there it is.
Yeah.
And you have kids, right?
Yes. I have 2 kids. I have
And
2
how
kids. I have a
old?
boy and a girl. My daughter just turned 7.
Oh.
And my son is 8. They're 15 months apart. Which
What?
That's crazy.
It was banana ramekins. I remember the first moment we had both of them needing diaper changes, and they were both screaming. And my husband and I were changing their diapers, and I just started laughing. I was just like, oh my God. Like, what's happening right now?
Oh my God.
So it's crazy. So I remember we actually worked together
Stop.
Back in the day. Just one thing. What was it called?
You always get it wrong.
I always get it wrong. It was the Romeo and Michelle movie. Yeah.
Oh my
I was like the mean girl that's like, do we look?
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to go back there, and your face is now becoming very familiar.
Yeah.
That was so long ago.
It was so long
It
ago.
was like,
but then you were around the same like hemisphere as me, and we would always say hi, and you were always. I was telling Rachel because not everybody's like that, and I remember it was a small part. I was like, "Are we getting ready or doing a Madonna video or graduating or something?" Like I was like a mean girl in the movie. Like you guys were graduating, and I make fun of you.
Oh my God. Yes. So you were in the high school portion. Yes. Okay. Yes. I remember.
And
Oh,
you
fun.
were so sweet.
Oh,
Not everybody else was sweet, but you
that's
were.
great.
And that stood out to me always.
that's what she said before we got on. She's like, she was so sweet. And every time I would see her, she would still be so sweet and everything. And she was like,
Yeah, which goes so far in this world and in any world.
Yeah.
You would always come up and say hi to me like you remembered. And I was like, always,
until now, apparently. Oh, geez.
Well,
Worst.
listen, we're
Little
on
kids.
Zoom.
we have mom brains.
We have mom brain.
Number
We've
one.
had to,
True.
if you saw me at La Poubelle or something right now, you'd
Yes. I'd be like, wait. We worked together. Wait, what was that thing that we did? Oh, yeah.
You'd be like,
Yeah.
I know you. Yeah, exactly.
That's so
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
It is. It is cute. That was a long ass time ago.
That was a million years ago with Katherine Heigl. And God, I'm trying to remember what location we might have worked on. But anyways, it doesn't matter. That was such a weird but fun TV movie.
Yeah.
I feel like we should dig it up and watch it.
It's a little awkward. I don't know if you want to watch it. Paula Abdul is in it.
Is she? I don't know if I ever watched
Who's in it?
Paula Abdul.
What?
Paula
Is she?
Abdul.
What is she
Yeah,
doing?
she has a cameo.
Okay.
She has a cameo at the end of it, and we like dance with her. We do that Romeo and Michelle dance. It was very
Wait, but you
strange.
danced with Paula Abdul? I feel like that's actually a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I don't know. She was not my first concert, but I did go to Forever Your Girl. Forever. Oh, Jesus. This is mom brain.
That's
Hi.
pretty good. That's pretty
But
good.
yeah, I did go to that
I
concert.
Yeah.
I mean, she's iconic. I adored her. I loved her. I danced to her music in
Yesterday.
early. Yes. Yesterday while I was cleaning my room. Anyways, yeah. How fun. What a weird memory.
Yeah.
She just took you back.
I just took you back.
I really did.
I need to go back to like this whole 15 months apart thing. Like, was that intentional?
Mm-mm.
Can't
Okay.
be.
No.
Well, I don't know. Some people are like,
Bang
let's
it
knock
out.
this out. Yeah.
She's like, it can't be. That's just not a thing that we do.
No.
No. I didn't. No. After I had my son, Jack, I was sort of like, whoa, this baby business is, I can't do, this is hard. This is really, really difficult. And he was a very fussy baby. Very, 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 very fussy. Very hard to put to sleep. Like, those yoga balls you have to like bounce.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bounce the baby, swaddle the baby really tight, bounce the baby. You're like, am I shaking the baby? Is the baby going to be okay? And the doctors and the pediatricians are like, no, it's fine.
Harder,
you bounce
faster.
the baby.
Yeah.
It's fine. You get your workout in, I guess, try to repair the core muscles that you broke apart having them. And and then by like 6 months down the road, I was trying to, do the like re-repair with my husband of, we're still in a relationship. And
Right.
what was that again? Because you forget when you have kids, it's all like on all hands on deck,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
baby times. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to be, and I put on a little outfit, like, we're going to get our romance back again. And, a few months later, I was sick and
Oh my God.
I was pickling. I was like having my friends come over to make
I'm
pickles,
sorry. You were pickling. That's the cutest
Yeah,
thing
What
yeah.
the
I've ever
heck
heard.
is that?
Pickling.
Oh, literally.
Pickling.
Wait,
Yes.
that's
Like-
so fun.
I'm so into it. I love this.
like vegetables and
Yeah,
like
no,
like green
yes.
beans, carrots,
You had a
whatever.
Were you
pickling
pickling
party?
all of these vegetables?
Yeah, so we got all the vegetables out and we were pickling everything. So you make like a batch of pickling juice and
Yeah,
brine and
sure.
you get the cans out and you can them. And a friend of mine who's Korean was making kimchi
Mm.
and she got the fish sauce
Oh
out.
no.
And I was like, I was like, no, I can't. The fish sauce. So no. So I started drinking Coca-Cola because I thought, oh, maybe I'm sick. I don't know what's going on. And later that night I was sick. And then my friends kept telling me I was pregnant and I was in complete denial until I took several tests. And yeah.
there she
So
was.
whoops. But I cannot tell you. I mean, I may not have had another child had that not happened, and I am so grateful
Mhm.
that that's how she came into this world because I mean, I know people say they're obsessed with their children, but I adore my daughter Billy like to the ends of the earth and back,
Oh,
and she's
Billy.
So cute.
just Billy. I love
I
her.
love that
just-
name.
Yeah, that's so cute. I love it. Is it short for anything or is it just Billy?
No, just Billy. We were trying to come
I
up
don't know
with
what it would be
something,
short for.
and
Bill
Billy Rubin. No.
Billifred.
Yeah.
I was like Lucille Ball. That might be fun, And then I have this picture of Billie Holiday, and I just always loved that name for a girl. So
So
Same.
cute. So cute. Two things I want to talk about or say and ask. One, I'm going back to pickling. I have done quick pickling.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
You're a quick pickler?
I'm a quick pickler. And, it works, but I want to know
does.
your
great.
formula or recipe. Do you have a go-to? These are the things I care about.
I mean, I think it's really simple. You got some peppercorns, you need a bay leaf, you need vinegar, sugar.
Sure.
There's so many different things you could put in there. Juniper berries are fun. It just depends
Have you
on
ever
the
been asked
flavor
this,
you
by
want.
the way, like during an interview when you're doing
No.
press for your show? I'm like, can we talk
Nobody
pickling?
cares that I pickle. People are like, oh, you pickle? That's a weird thing to do. Okay, anyways, moving
No.
on.
I care so deeply about it.
So you quick pickle. What do you quick pickle when you do
I mean,
that?
like just traditional, like I did with cucumbers to make pickles because my daughter loves pickles. So I did a quick pickling. But
How is that? Like at time, it's like quick
well, I mean, pickling, you like can them.
and leave them, right?
Yeah.
So what's a quick pickle?
It'll just pickle fast. Like it'll taste like a pickle. Like
What's
vinegar.
fast though?
Yeah.
I mean, like overnight, the next
But
day?
you can pickle
Okay.
something in like 20 minutes, 10, 20 minutes. If you
Really?
cut up a little, like one of those tiny cucumbers, what are they called? Baby cucumbers? I don't know. There's a
Persian
name for them.
cucumbers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you just slice them however you want them and put them with some apple cider vinegar and even some salt. You don't even have to put sugar in there and pop it in the fridge. It'll pickle right on up. You can add it
Are
to a
you
salad.
are you into cooking or are you just into
Are you just into pickling?
This is going to be something weird that I remember, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I distinctly remember I was in the makeup trailer and you were talking about at the time you had a bunch of bobbleheads in your car.
Oh, baby heads. Oh,
Is-
God. I was
is that
such
real?
a weirdo. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my
What?
God. Your memory is amazing.
Because it stood out that you were very different than other actors I had come across. You were talking,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's
Yeah.
quirky. Go ahead.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. I was a little weird. That was my goth phase. So I was like deep into my goth phase. I was very Nine Inch Nails. I had taken part videotape cassette and like stuffed it in the, between the dash and the, this is so, I can't believe I'm talking about this.
I'm so
between the
happy.
dash and the mirror. And I went to, what was that store? Wacko's
Mm-hmm.
on
Yeah.
Sunset where they had all that weird stuff and they just
Or
had like a
Oz.
bag. They might have changed the name.
Yeah. But yes,
I
I know
think
you're
it
talking
was
about.
Wacko's, and it's close to like the Goodwill. It's like right next door to the Goodwill off of Sunset when you go into Silver Lake. Anyways, they had a bag of baby doll heads, and because I was in a goth phase, I took the baby doll, I stuffed them into the thing. I don't know why. I can't give you like a great reason for why I did that other than liked Nine Inch Nails and Marilyn Manson, and I was strange. I'm an artsy, strange person. I don't currently have that in my car, though.
What if
No,
you
but
did?
yeah, but when you said I pickle, it speaks to the same place.
Does it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, please elaborate.
It's like it's quirky, unique things that have nothing to do with acting or what you do, or it's just like it's like that same type of brain that's creative and wants to do projecty type things.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, a lot of people pickle that don't have baby doll heads stuffed
I
into
know,
their
but-
dashboard. You know, like I was.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
I
it's a
don't believe
requirement.
you.
I was also at the time delivering chicken wings for Big Wang's Wings. I don't know if you remember that.
Big Wang.
Of course.
Big
You say
Wings.
big. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With your
Mhm.
dead baby doll heads.
And you were delivering chicken wings.
Yeah. Yes. In my VW Cabriolet. And I was stick shift, mind you, delivering off of, that was when they were like in a little hole in the wall off of Sunset Boulevard. And then I think I got this part in Romy Michelle's sometime around when I was delivering chicken. And
It's so good.
so therefore I didn't have to deliver chicken anymore.
Oh my God.
Does this person still live inside of you?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
good.
can crush some driving skills. I have some amazing driving skills in Los Angeles. I can get around traffic like nobody's business. Yeah.
Well, yeah, a stick shift and all the hills and whatnot, and La Cienega alone. I feel like
Yeah.
you crushed it.
Yeah, but also it's like speaks to the part like you weren't typical or normal in
She
a
just
good
keeps
way.
wanting to like hit on that.
Because I think it's still there.
Yes.
And then you're
It
on a
is.
show like Virgin River that kind
Which
of
is so normal.
yes.
It's so weird for me. It feels like the wrong place for me to be, but yet it's exactly the right place that I need to be. Weirdly. Like I didn't know that I was going to end up there. You know, I was definitely on a trajectory of at that time doing sort of like American Horror Story, Walking Dead, True Blood type work. And I didn't really see myself in this very, I don't know, very vanilla sort of show, if you will. I think there's a lot of layers to it. I mean, we could go on about the layers of the show. It touches on a lot of different things, but for me, I was actually like totally broke with 2 kids at the time, and they came to me with this part, and I was just like, "Yep, let's go to Vancouver and do Virgin River."
Wow.
And how is it now living into that?
You know, I always loved doing like psychological thrillers and this and that and dark stuff. But then when I had kids, all of that definitely shifted for me. And I couldn't even watch half the things that I used to be able to watch, you know, especially like if you're nursing or pumping. Like I remember at one point I went back and started watching Gilmore Girls, which I had never seen, because I was like, I need something very mild to be able to like let down and
Yeah.
So when I got this job and my daughter was 1 year old, she turned 1 when we got out there. And it dealt with my character's journey, dealt with so much of my own sort of personal losses that I had and dealt with. So it was very easy for me to slip into, but it was also very painful. And I think it was probably the best therapy that I could have received without realizing it at the time. You know, it's like I went down this road that I wasn't prepared for. And then to look back at it, I'm like, well, thank God for that.
Yeah.
Thank God for that in so many different ways that I didn't realize at the time. And now I'm here and it's like doing really well, which is weird. I don't know how that happened.
Amazing. This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack sponsor. All right, so I like to start my mornings really early, going to the gym, and the way I do this is I begin my day with the IQ Joe. Jitter-free coffee. I love it. It's got natural caffeine. It boosts my focus and my mood with magnesium and lion's mane blend, and it gets me going. And as I go out the door, I always grab an IQ bar because I got to snack up before I go work out. And it's a perfect snack for me because it curbs my hunger with no sugar crash.
Start each day right with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. Their ultimate sampler pack includes all three. And right now, IQ Bar is offering our podcast listeners an exclusive deal, 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus get free shipping.
And right now, IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off of all IQ Bar products. Plus, get free shipping. To get your 20% off, just text IDEAS to 64,000. Text IDEAS to 64,000. That's IDEAS to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. Broad Ideas is sponsored by BetterHelp. Welcome to 2025. What do you want your story to be? That's the question I ask every January. I love looking at the 365 days of blank pages and really deciding what kind of story do I want to tell? What do I want to live into this year? And that's exactly the way I think of therapy, is like an editorial partner to help write new chapters and create meaningful stories that you deserve to live. This is exactly what I've experienced through being in therapy over the last 10 years, is really having someone help me rewrite my story in a way that I want to live into. So do yourself a favor. Look into BetterHelp. It is fully online. They're making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. I love it. And it's easy to switch therapists too at any time with no extra cost. So write your story with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/ideas to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/ideas. Let's make it a good year. Well, I think the reason it does so well, it's the same thing as Heart of Dixie. Obviously, the shows are very different, but when you watch it, you just feel like everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You get that sense of like, life is okay, even in the way it looks, down to the characters and the way it feels. It gives you that sense of safety. So even if you guys are going through things that are emotional, it's like we're kind of, as the audience, we still feel like it's all going to work out. And I think that everybody craves that.
Yes.
I know I do, especially being a mom.
Yes.
Like what you said, it's like you just want to feel like everything's all right in the world, which is what Gilmore Girls does. Heart of Dixie, Virgin River. I binged it right away. Virgin River.
Oh, when it came out?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Oh, thanks. Great.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Good.
It was great because I actually thought nobody was going to watch it at the time when I did it. So I was like, I'm just going to pour my actual guttural self into this part and see how that feels as an actress, because I don't often get to do that. And I was just like, I'm just going to be like really bleh, like sort of just let it all come out of me onto the screen. And so, it was really cathartic. But I think to your point about those types of shows is the support of the characters, the support that the characters give each other.
Yeah.
It's the community, and that like everybody feels like they have someone to fall back on, and you can really see that through their friendships and the family that they build and create for each other. That's something I've always said about the show that people come back to, because not everybody has those communities. Like I remember when I was living in the city, I didn't feel, you create your friends and they become your family if you're lucky, or if you're open to it, and if you're here for it. But some people can go really insular in those environments and be scared to reach out, or be scared to, create a community for themselves. But I actually live in a place that's very much like Virgin River, but totally not.
Really?
I wish it was in California. Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh.
I that would be nice. But I live like in the deep woods in Georgia, and
Really? That's so cool. I'm so envious.
The
Pickling in the deep woods.
What brought you out there?
I was working on The Walking Dead, and I was just about to get married. My husband and I got married 2015, and really sort of before that, we'd lived up Bronson Canyon, right up the street from La Poubelle, and the Franklin Strip and all of that. And I love the place that we lived, but it was so expensive. And I'm so thankful for the work on Walking Dead, and that community that they have was beautiful. But I got paid really $0. So I knew that when I came back to LA, I was going to live in an apartment, being married, and then want to start a family. And I thought, gosh, that sounds depressing. I don't want to do that.
Right.
And so we just started thinking and talking about, like, we don't have to be in the city to continue to do our jobs. So let's live our lives in the way that we want to live our lives, not just for work, like be in a place that we want to live in. And so we found this really lovely area in Georgia. I never thought I would move to Georgia. Like, that's bananas to me. But here I am in the woods, still pickling sometimes, still cooking. But it's so nice. And the kids, I'm so happy that I made that choice for them. And it was definitely for me, but it was also a lot for them, because I grew up in Darien, Connecticut till I was 11, and I moved to California, and I rode my bike everywhere. Right. And so hopefully when they learn to ride bikes, they're still not riding bikes, which is kind of ironic, but what
I feel like
do,
my daughter was 7, maybe, or 8 when she learned. So you're,
same with Elliot.
You're in the wheelhouse.
He was 8. You're in the right.
Okay.
You're in our zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all right. Okay, great.
Yeah, forgive yourself.
I was like 5 or I think it was like 6 or 7, and I went into my neighbor's shed and found a screwdriver to take the training wheels off my bike, because like no one was around to do it for me. And then I was riding a bike, and
see, that's what you don't get on an iPad.
Exactly. You don't get that on iPads.
No. She had to take her sons away recently.
Yeah, but like I love to hear that, like a kid just going in the garage, figuring it out. So do you have
our
community?
Generation? You know what I mean?
Right. It was completely different.
I mean, my son did try to start a fire in the fireplace the other day, which was terrifying. But
you're like, not that.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Not that.
Have you built community there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we moved here and we didn't know anybody. We were just like,
yeah,
because you could get. I mean, we got a 5-bedroom house here. It was huge. It was like 4,000 square feet for the price of a postage stamp in Los Angeles. So
yeah.
And now we live on 5 acres, and we're building a big garden, and we've got the chickens and, dog,
all the
cats,
things.
the whole thing. Yeah. The whole, that sort of lifestyle that I think a lot of people, it's very like hip on the internet now. I feel like everybody's sort of like, I'm going to go and I'm going to build a farmhouse and I'm just going to garden and live off the land. And in actuality,
Every day I
it's
say
all
that though.
kind of hard. Yeah.
Yeah, for
It
sure,
is.
for sure. But I want to know, like, so when you go to Vancouver, what do the kids stay home?
This is the big turmoil for me every
Yeah.
single season. So in
For
the
sure.
beginning, they were so young, it was easy.
Yeah.
Right. They weren't in school. They'd come, my husband's musician, he used to tour with Katy Perry. And then when I got pregnant with my daughter, he would have gone on tours. Like she was just about to start a tour and he wouldn't
Gone.
have,
Yeah.
God, who knows if he would have made it home for the birth even. So he quit the show and came, and then luckily I got a job and we went to Vancouver. And so we did that for a few years, but now they're in school. And I just honestly, like, people ask, how do you balance work? And I'm like, I don't know. Could you tell me? Could somebody explain this to me? Because I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like spinning plates and you have to sort of figure out what plate is almost about to fall off and then try to catch it. And that might be you. That might be one of your kids. That might be your relationship. Like that might be your work. And I've got so many plates that, so I was just actually talking about this with my friend who's a makeup artist out here. And we were just like, how do we navigate this now? Like, how do you navigate the time that you spend with your family? Because to pull focus from work, especially with my workload when I go out there, like last season, I worked so much for that last half because, there's a big wedding, obviously, that happens. The poster is
Obviously.
obviously, we're in wedding attire. So it was a lot of heavy lifting on my part. And I did not see my kids for 2 months and it almost
killed you.
It almost killed my heart. Like when I came home to see them, the adjustment period was so hard. I had both of them on each side and I was just like, we're never doing this again.
Yeah.
And my daughter and my son were just like, never, ever. And so you just have to figure it out,
Yeah, I know. But I feel that so when you just said that, like my heart, I mean, it's the hardest thing. It's the, and it's hard to talk about because like, unless you're in it, it's hard to fully understand, but.
It's like your heart is living outside of your body.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah. And like once they're in school, it's just a whole other thing.
Taking them out of school to visit. And so I'm currently trying to figure out how we're going to do that this upcoming season so that we all don't,
Is it like a 3 month? It's like a 3 month period or 5 months? What's your?
It's 4.
4.
It's 4, but I'm actually going out in February to do another movie for Netflix, which I was like, oh, this might be insane. I don't know what I'm doing to myself, but I'm so grateful to have the work because I know that there's not a lot of work right now. And so the opportunity came up and I was like, absolutely. I'm going to make it work no matter what, because I'm just so grateful to be in the position that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
And I know that it's fleeting in our business. So it's.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. And it's like, you have to just think about that stuff because it is hard, like as a mom to just.
Would you move them to Vancouver if the show goes on for the rest of your life? It's a
really
beautiful
great
place.
question.
It's really beautiful, especially July till October.
That's the only time. Yeah. It's gorgeous. Yeah, no. It's I would not want to winter there as the fancy people say. But it's I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. It's the community here is so lovely and the relationships that we've built with our friends. And I mean, it's not normal and it's really wonderful.
Wow.
So I just wouldn't give that up. Like, it's just not something, and it's hard to be pulled away from it every year, but I'm just always filled with gratitude for what I do. And also like the show is fans get so much out of the show, and like that's just something that you stumble upon or you don't.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know. It is a lot of gratitude because it doesn't come along.
There's always a trade.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what it is,
Mhm.
you're trading something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like
Yes.
It's I don't like it either. I don't think
Yeah.
any of us do. But like, if you think of everybody's lot in life, everybody's position, no matter what it is that they're achieving or not achieving, it's based on a trade and something that they're choosing into and choosing to either maneuver or let go of or shapeshift. But it's never like, here's all of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Here's a
for sure.
perfectly balanced world for you.
It's all for you. Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't. But that's how it has to be, because you wouldn't be able to understand or really appreciate the wonderful moments if you didn't have the bad moments. I mean, it's always like
Right.
that, right? I
Always.
mean, that's why it is a roller coaster. And you're lucky if you can pick up on the what does my friend call it? Oh my God, what does she say? Shoot, where's Debbie when I need her? High concept nuance. That's what she calls it.
I like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, me too.
You know what's weird is I'm going to point this shirt out to you, and then we're going to ask Nadine and Dustin. I just talked about wearing a white baseball shirt with
Like a poof,
with the pink
Oh, pink.
sleeves.
not a poof, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
No, but we had a whole conversation about that shirt yesterday.
Really?
Yeah,
That's really weird.
because I went to Costa Vega once and I was wearing that shirt, and I walked up past the host, and Brad Pitt was there with Jennifer Aniston, and she was wearing that shirt. And he looked at me and said, "Nice shirt." And so
Brad
then,
Pitt
gosh.
did?
yeah. So then this morning, looking at you, I was like, interesting.
What
She
did
was
you
like,
do?
"Nice
Throw
shirt."
up or turn red, or what did you say to him?
I slept with
She
him.
sat on his lap.
Yeah. What would you do?
Yeah.
I lost my mind. Yeah.
I love that.
But that's so funny.
Oh my God.
That is so
so
weird.
I know.
This is Veronica Beard, and I yesterday or the day before was like, I should get some more colors in that shirt. Like,
It's
this
really
is a good
cute.
one.
Now I'm going to get it.
They have it in like a gray,
Gray would be cute.
Uh-huh.
I like the little detail on the sleeve.
Yeah, me too. I worn it many times. Well, I was just gonna ask you both how many children you have and how old they are, because
Oh.
I didn't do like the light Google search because I didn't want to.
yeah.
I was like, I would rather just.
I'm the
Yeah.
same way. Like, I like to learn as I go. But I have a
Yeah.
daughter who is 10.
And I have
Wow.
2 boys that are
9 and 5.
5.
9 and
I
5.
got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my son is 8, and I'm not. You guys are closer to like tween age than I am.
Yeah,
I'm not
Yes.
prepared for any of it.
I'm not. My daughter isn't either, though. She is the most innocent, young 10-year-old you've ever
Oh,
met. Like, she
cute.
is not down for any of the tween stuff. She's like, Mom, my friends are wearing makeup to the holiday concert, but I don't want to do that. And I was like, then don't do it. No,
That's
she's like
amazing.
not into it at all.
Oh, I love that. My daughter used to be into girly stuff, and then the other day she's like, I don't like dresses anymore. I don't want necklaces or anything. I'm like, wait, what happened? It was like, you don't want all of these dresses that you have in your closet?
Right. I know. Yeah. It's
yeah.
interesting. The little individual
Yeah.
people's. That would
Elliot's
help.
closer to tween than Briar.
Yes. Her
My
9-year-old
9-year-old
boy.
He is
He's
about
like,
it.
now let me ask you, in Georgia, is it all about Sigma and Riz and all of that? Or is it like an LA thing, the language?
The what
I look-
now?
Yep.
With the
Oh.
Like
what?
an
The
LA
who?
thing. So
Really?
Sigma?
Yeah.
What is this?
Sigma.
Is this a slang?
This is
yeah, it's
there's
like
a
all the
whole
kids have a
language.
slang. Like if you're Sigma, like you're the top, best, whatever.
the only
right?
thing my son says
Yeah.
is sus.
Sus. I mean, that's
That
part
comes
of it.
first.
That comes first.
But
Maybe he's on the brink of being
He
exposed
is.
to.
That's a gateway lingo.
That's a gateway slang.
Yeah, exactly.
My son actually goes to a one-room schoolhouse that
Oh.
basically looks like it was like out of Little House on the Prairie or something, with a teacher who she may or may not make her own clothes. I'm not sure. But there's like
Okay.
taxidermy on the wall, and
Oh my
you know,
God. You're really in the woods. Like you're in the.
we're in the deep woods. But my daughter goes to a more, I don't know, more traditional school. Like it's an actual school.
Oh, why
And,
the choice to have them go separately?
Well, he was not happy there.
Oh.
He was not happy there. He's always
Yeah.
been very emotional. Like he has a lot of big emotions, and that's been kind of not. It is very difficult for me personally because I'm a person who has big emotion. And so when those big emotions come out and they come out at me, I get very hurt. And anyways, he just wasn't it. He would come home sad. He was not well adjusted there. And our neighbors who live a stone's throw away through the woods over there, their kids were going to this school, and they said, well, maybe he would do well over there. So we brought him over, and he's like the happiest.
Aww.
They come home with the cutest little arts and crafts. Like they make, I don't even know. I don't even know where to start with the arts and crafts. But he's actually learning. Like he's reading books. He's very happy to go to school. He's well adjusted. So
That's great.
it was the right thing to do.
But it really is individual, for each child, like how they learn, how they're, it's so different.
Yeah.
And I know growing up, like our generation, you just went to your local school and it wasn't really as focused on like what the actual right thing is for the kid.
Each child. Yeah.
It's changed.
It was like this is the mold. You fit in there or you don't.
Yeah.
You find a place to fit in there or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I mean, I always went to public school. And
same. Yeah.
And
Mostly.
it did me dirty. I didn't do well in public school. Yeah. Wait, where did you both grow up? Did you both grow up in LA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we sure did.
What part of Connecticut did you say again? That you grew up in?
Darien, because of the public school was supposed to be the best. My mom was 19 when she had me, so it was very. Yeah, so she was like putting herself through college while holding a job and raising me. And my parents had never been together. They just like met one night at a bar.
Hey now.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then my mom she wanted to keep me and yeah, so it was always she would always move us to the best public school, like wherever we lived in Darien, Connecticut until I was 11. And then she'd be like, we're going to move to California or Australia. What do you think?
I like that she's crowdsourcing it to you.
Yeah, because she thought I had asthma still at the time, which I actually didn't. I was just faking it to get out of going to school. I did have asthma, but then it stopped at a certain age. It was like childhood asthma. But anyway, she's like, we need to move to a drier climate. So, and I said, well, California seems cool. And I was obsessed with movies and definitely like had this idea that I wanted to be an actress, but didn't know what that meant or what it entailed or anything. And so when we moved to California, I went to, what's it called? It's not Montessori. It's the other one. Waldorf. I went to a Waldorf.
Yeah. Where in California?
Los Feliz. Like we moved to.
You moved to LA. Yeah.
LA for a year, and then we moved up to Mill Valley.
Where is Mill Valley?
It's just north of San Francisco. It's like, I want to say it's like 30, 40 minutes north. It's gorgeous. Okay, I loved it. Yeah. We almost moved back there when my husband and I were trying to figure out where to live. That wasn't LA. We were like, Northern California, obviously, but it's hard to find. Georgia. We couldn't afford it. Like you can't, it's just a different. Maybe
Your
someday.
mom is so young. She must be so proud of you.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, she passed away in 2010.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah, I
so
know.
sorry.
I'm
I
really
Oh,
know. It
sorry.
wow.
was very
That
sad. Yeah, it's
sucks.
tragic. My kids don't even like, they know they're, at least they have grandparents on my husband's side. And so it's, I actually have to remind them that my mother would have been their grandmother because they just
Stop
don't have any
it.
reality with it.
Wow. Oh
Yeah, I
my
know.
goodness. She was so young.
She was so young. I think she was 47, if I
Oof.
remember
God.
correctly. Yeah,
God.
and I'm 42 now. It's
Isn't
like,
that wild when you get to the age? I see that oftentimes where I'm like, oh, that person's outlived the age their parent was. And it's just
yeah.
nuts.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I just watched the Christopher Reeve documentary like yesterday.
Mm.
I did this press tour in the morning and then I decided to put that on. I was
Sounds
like, I
uplifting.
know,
Decompress.
uplifting. Yeah. I was like, I was a shell of a person afterwards because I don't do interviews or it's like just a lot for me to do. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, of
bam,
course.
bam, 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 bam. And then I curled up on this couch over here and I was like, well, let's watch this. And I was like, oh, nice.
Oh my
Because
God.
he did so much work when he became disabled, and his wife was so sweet and caring, and then he passed and she passed right after him.
Yeah.
And it's just like the
Mhm.
saddest story.
Yeah.
But their children do so much work
They do.
for
Yeah.
Yeah.
disabled people. And so it is light at the end of the tunnel. Like it's beautiful. It's beautiful in its own way, but yeah.
Was your
We're
mom
like,
was your
That's
mom
what I'm-
near you then? No, it didn't take a dive. Was
Yeah.
she near you? Like in proximity?
In proximity, well, yes, I couldn't speak to her for the last 5 years before she passed away.
mm,
She was not well. She had
Yeah.
some mental health and addiction issues. And, a lot of people that I say that to don't really understand. Um,
I'm like, you're
it's
speaking to
very,
the-
really, yeah. Oh, gosh.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
both sides of my family, every single person, except
Oh,
for like
geez.
2 cousins. And yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you deal with it and you're trying to help and then you realize that you can't because there's a wall that you can't quite pass and then you just realize that you're sort of poisoning yourself by staying and trying to help, and it's so detrimental for you to stay there that you have to let go and
Yeah.
say, this is now your journey and I love you and I respect you for who you are inside, but I know that whatever's going on for you isn't something that I can fix now. Like I can't. And yeah, so I had to just, and I knew, I
Of course.
knew that was where she was headed, and it was really sad. I have yet to read that book that girl wrote about her mother.
oh yeah.
Which one?
Thank God, like my mom's dead or something. Not, like,
I'm happy my mom died or something.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. What's her name? I'm blanking.
The
on her
girl
name, too.
from
Yeah. Yes.
Cat and Jack or whatever.
I don't know.
Or
about that,
I don't
but
know.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm curious to read that book because I'm
Yeah.
just wondering if there's any parallels for me or like any sort of, words of wisdom or, epiphanies and understanding in that journey of my life. But I've done a lot of work around that in my relationship with my mother. And it's been, many, many years, obviously. And I think that the place that I'm in now is just it's so good and so healthy because I can recognize her for who she was as her own human
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and let go of any feelings of resentment for what she wasn't able to do for me as a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's sad. It's still sad that I didn't get to have her in the way that
I know.
I should have. But
Mhm.
I have a relationship with my daughter that is so strong and so beautiful. And like, it just, I'm scared for when she becomes a teenager, because right now it's just like the sweetest moment, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, we're
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
We're besties.
Yeah.
But I'm
That's
still your mom.
amazing.
I'm still
Right.
your mom.
Right.
But
Yeah.
You get to break that lineage. And I remember once an acting teacher told me my mom was really sick. She's sober now, but she was really sick with alcoholism. And he goes to me, "Can I talk to you?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "How's your mom?" And I was like, "Not good." And he goes, "It's a family disease." And I was like, "No, I get it." You know, and since then I'm sober, but he was like, "It's a family disease." And I was like, "I understand that." And he's like, "Her drinking will kill you." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Her drinking will kill you. You have to find independence." And I remember that shifted. And then
Wow.
your mom had me going to the cemetery. Her mom would send me to the cemetery to mourn my mom while she was still alive.
Whoa.
Because
Wait, why?
because
Rachel's like, what?
I know.
because the version of her, right, that was whole and
Yeah.
complete wasn't there. That
Right.
was gone. And
Yep.
so she was like, "You have to get on with your life.
Yeah.
And you have to heal, and you have to face the fact that the mom you crave isn't available."
Yep.
And so I'd go to Forest Lawn
Oh my
and
gosh.
like
And whose grave would you visit?
anyone's. But
Thank gosh.
it is that thing of like what you were talking about, you can appreciate the person and not the disease anymore.
Yeah. And I
Which is-
understand where it all came
Yeah.
from. You know, I mean, if you go back in time and you look at the, her parents and where her parents came from, I mean, it's all just, it trickles down. It is generational. And, she was not loved in the way that she needed to be loved as a child. And all of that accumulated, and she couldn't anymore. And I get it. Like
Right.
I get it. And I found it very interesting. And it was something that I wasn't really expecting when I had children, that there were like bits of me that would come out that were sort of mirroring my parents and mirroring the way that my parents were when I was younger. And I was like, oh my God, wait, this, and just like, I was like, well, this is not me. And this isn't who I am. And this isn't how I want to move forward in my life and with my children. And so it took me a bit, and I had to sort of like pass my kids when they would get really upset, because I would get, the turmoil would start to bubble in me. So I'd pass them off to my husband, who's like, really stable and sturdy. And I'd be like, hey, I can't do this right now. I have to like breathe so that I don't continue that behavior towards them. And luckily, I don't know. I can't tell you like analytically exactly how I've made it to the place that I am now. It might have been a couple mushrooms I took in Vancouver. I don't know. They're totally legal there. But it's been a journey of just like really understanding and trying to be self-aware.
Yeah.
And aware of, the family history and all of that to become a stable parent for my children.
Right.
Which is like the utmost important thing to do, in my life.
Did you have a relationship with your dad growing up?
Yeah, I have a relationship with him. I still do. And we're close to a certain degree. It's just not, the closeness that I had with my mother when I was little was, I don't know, it was just different, and I find that with my kids, they have a different closeness with me than they do with their father. Doesn't mean that it's less or more or whatever. It's just a different, mothers are just different.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
And especially when you're a child that's so close in age to a mom, that struggles with anything, it's like you become a mom really young. So you probably have been mothering a lot longer than you've had children.
Well, you know what? I didn't, because when I was a teenager and I was dealing with this with her, I became very resentful very early on with the way that she was behaving and talking to me. And, I had no patience for it, and my tolerance for it was very low. But, I actually ran away to Colorado when I was 16 on a Greyhound bus, even because I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. This is explaining those baby heads.
It is.
Now we get to why the baby heads were cut off and put in the car.
Baby head. And that was before. So I had run away before that film and when I had met you. And I came back. I almost went to live with my dad. And then I thought, I'm going to be slinging burgers at Burger King in Connecticut if I don't go back to California and continue acting, because that's what I love to do. And I would rather do that and deal with, an alcoholic parent than lose my opportunity at having the career that I want.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
I think I made the right decision.
And I'm so happy you landed at Virgin River. It's like you deserve that. You deserve that like slice of wholesomeness that you didn't get.
Mm-hmm. That's really sweet.
Well, now I feel like I'm living in such a, I don't know. It's weird to me every day. This like functional family.
Yeah.
It's strange sometimes because I'm just like, I don't even know. I never knew what that was. I didn't really see it. So sometimes I forget myself and I don't know how to do it, but I remember that I'm an adult and that, yeah, I'm capable and everything's fine. And nobody really knows how to parent. So,
No, we just have to do our best.
And there's always someone who might know something we don't.
Yes.
And that's the part that I think is being an adult, is being like, I don't know how to do this. Can you help?
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
Versus a teenager that's like, I got this,
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I find that also like making friends with your younger self, there is really something to that when you get older, and really understanding that little girl that got left on the doorstep at one point, or like had to make herself dinner at some point and was forgotten about, like you have to make friends with her and now make her okay for you to continue to be okay as an adult.
I think that's the most
my therapy
important
for
piece.
today.
Yeah, I know.
But it is.
No, it is. It is.
I'm obsessed with the inner child work. I think it's the biggest game changer there is, of really going back to that place and then showing up as the person you needed at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Needs
oh my
being
gosh.
met.
Yeah.
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 I feel like we really got to a good place.
Yeah.
I feel good. I feel like therapy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, it was.
It's my fault. She goes to the pickling and I go to like, where's your
like
biggest
inner child work?
Pain. Yeah. I can't help
She's like,
myself.
so how do we pickle? What do we pickle next?
Yeah.
What's your best holiday cookie recipe?
Don't get me started.
And then I'm like, what hurts?
What hurts? Why does it hurt when you make cookies?
Yeah.
What are
Go
you
back to the
envisioning?
baby heads.
Why do you need dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate?
These are very important
What
questions.
is that about for you?
I would always choose milk chocolate, by the way.
Oh, really? Are you milk chocolate? I'm a dark
She's
chocolate.
milk. I'm dark.
Milk.
I mean, look, I can go milk, but I prefer dark.
I don't understand it.
I know.
My husband's the same. He likes milk chocolate.
likes milk,
and
yeah.
So, but it doesn't matter because I'm the one that makes the cookies. So,
Yeah, they go dark.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was so nice talking to you. Thank you so much. And so nice to
Thank
meet
you so much.
And
It's
congrats
lovely to
on
meet you and
the
to re-meet
success.
you
Yes.
after years and years and years. Oh
So
my
funny.
gosh.
Lifetime. It is a different lifetime.
It really
But yeah, I'm envious of your land and your life and all of it.
It's a crazy time. It's a crazy time here, but I'm happy to be in the woods and I'm really excited about this garden, man. I'm going to put it on my Instagram if it ever gets done. They're like irrigating right now.
That is so exciting.
That's exciting.
I get that.
I'm going to have 12 beds.
Oh, that's so good.
See, for me,
I don't even know how to
pickling
garden.
12 garden bed. No, but it doesn't matter. You're
You'll
going to
learn.
have
Learn
it.
how it's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine. You have an irrigation system. You're fine.
I have
You'll be
compost
good.
going. It's going to
Oh
be
my
great.
God. See, you're already there.
I think we need to get out of LA.
I know. I say that every day. I kind of am.
do.
I know.
Can you? Can
No.
you leave LA?
I mean,
No, I have the same thing. Like my kid is so settled in
Yeah.
her school and her life, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
we'll see
Yeah.
where the wind takes us.
it gets hard when the kids get into their
Yeah.
little nook and you're
Yep.
like, ooh, I don't want to.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's what
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
They're
Oh,
adaptable,
ladies.
though.
All right.
Yeah,
so
they
nice
are.
to
That's
talk
true.
to you.
So
Thank you
much.
so much.
It's lovely to talk to you. Thank you so much for having me. Sorry I took you on a nice dark journey, but
We like dark journeys. We prefer, even I prefer, I mean, I do like to talk about the pickling, but I do also enjoy a dark journey.
Listen, to me, I'm like, if that helps one person,
true.
that's all that
Always.
matters. Yep.
True. Always true.
Yeah.
Yes, it's. I find I was just talking about this with somebody else. We were talking about like how much you let people into your personal life, in this sort of space. And I said, I said I'm always really honest, and I think that for me, there's no other way to be because I
Yep.
just can't. The facade doesn't work for me. I can't do it. And
Mhm.
so it's just like, here I am, take me as I am. And yeah, if we can, by our stories and our perseverance in life, if we can help one person, then that's like amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Thank you for being so open.
Yeah, we appreciate it and love it.
thank you. Thanks for having me. Okay.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.